I'm Steve Garnett. I'm the chairman of Salesforce.com in Europe. Well, we believe that the internet and the web is just changing every industry on the planet, and the software industry is no different. And Salesforce.com was set up with a very, very simple idea. The idea was along the lines of how is it that you and I as consumers can go onto the consumer web at the weekend and use products like Amazon or eBay or Yahoo or Google or iTunes, and can do some fairly sophisticated things, and yet when you come into the office on a Monday morning, the business applications are so hard, they're so complex, they're so expensive. Let me give you an example. You or I can go on to, let's say, Amazon, and we can order a digital camera. You can look at technical white papers, you can look at peer reviews, you can add accessories, you can have it gift wrapped, you can have it sent to your home address, your business address, and provided you've got a credit card, just about every 12-year-old child can do that. So why is it business applications are so hard? They should be a lot easier, and they should be easy to use, like Amazon or Google or iTunes and so on. And that was our idea, that was our vision. We started the company 9 years ago, and today we are tracking for $1 billion revenue business is our projections for this year, is what Wall Street is expecting. We're growing at 53% revenue growth for 43,000 customers, and this is just incredible at the enterprise and at the small business. Traditional software, if you were a big company, you bought SAP or Oracle, and if you're a small company, you might buy Microsoft or Sage or Act, but the internet destroys that model. We can sell to small customers and we can sell to large customers. So when people say to us, where do our customers come from? Typically a third of the customers are very small, 5 users, 10 users, 20 users. A third of them are medium-sized companies, 100 users, 200 users. And a third of them are the world's largest enterprises. So Cisco Systems with 30,000 users, Citibank with 35,000 users, MySys with 50,000 users, Dell with 25,000 users, and on and on and on. Well, I'm going to be pretty radical, and I think it's the end of software. I think the traditional software model that we've seen, where if you or I were starting a new software company, we typically start it in a garage, and we write some software, and we write it on an Oracle database or a SQL Server database, and we write it on Linux, and we take a copy and we put it onto a CD, and we go and find our first customer, and we sell that customer on the software. We get some revenue, and we go and hire a couple of developers and some salespeople. That's over. That world is over. I don't think we will ever see another billion-dollar software company, traditional software company. I think it's over. It won't happen. Today, if you have a great idea as a software developer, you are not going to build it in the traditional software model. You're going to build it for the web. All the innovation is going on the web. Everything is going towards the web. All of Silicon Valley's the venture capital funds are all going into startups who exploit the web as the platform. Nobody is building traditional software anymore. So we're going to see some radical changes in the software industry. However, the incumbent players in the software industry, the big players who you know as well as I do, the Oracles and the Microsofts and the SAPs, they don't want the world to change. They want the world back the way it was in 1995, because that's where they built their dominance in the client-server architecture. But that's changing, and changing at such a phenomenal pace that I think, just like we saw 20 years ago when software shifted from the mainframe, from MVS, IBM computing to client-server, which spawned companies like Oracle and SAP and Microsoft. And many of the companies who were dominant on the IBM mainframe, McCormick and Dodge, MSA, Walker, they all disappeared because they failed to make the transition from their existing revenue streams to a new line of business. I think some companies will fail to move from client-server architecture to the web. CRM was an incredibly crowded software market. So how is it that Salesforce can come along and create such a huge hole in the side of that marketplace in a handful of years? So the concept of force.com is, if we can do that in CRM, what about all the other application spaces that customers need and want? So what we've done is externalize the tools that we built CRM in that application, and said to independent software vendors, ISVs, and also to our customers, here's the platform that we build and deliver Salesforce.com, the CRM application, in. Why don't you, Mr. Customer, Ms. Customer, build some of the applications, the other applications that you need to run your business, and make them pervasive on the web, have them running on mobile devices, and all the benefits, 99.9% uptime, simple subscription models, all the benefits that you get from Salesforce for all those other application areas. So the concept of platform as a service is that customers and ISVs can build the next generation of applications on our platform. We will run all the complexity, all the infrastructure, which allows the companies to innovate and focus on new business applications that drive their business. More and more businesses are being under pressure to be innovative. That can be done with software as a service, where somebody else manages the complexity and the infrastructure. You deliver a service for a fee.